Hey guys, so in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make this mini tote party bag with a rose design. So I've already cut out my dimension. The width of the bag is 7 inches square. So it's a 7 inches by 7 inches. And I went ahead and folded it with my iron. Because I am using a satin fabric, I had to use a, an interfacing. So this white thing that you're seeing here is a gum stay. So if you're using a leather, of course, you have to omit that. So this is after I went ahead and folded it into four. I went ahead and notched the middle. So this is just me making my marking so that I'll be able to um show you the spiral design on how we are going to be cutting out the rows. So what I did first was I made a point. I used my pencil to make a point at the point of the middle. Then I went ahead and just made a circle around the point. Then from one side, I just went up by one line of an inch, one line. I just hope you're seeing what I am doing. I went up by one line. Then I connected the circle to it. So what I am doing now is I am just drawing out the circles like this. Oh god, the thing is not showing as nice as I want it to, but I just hope you are seeing. So I went ahead and just after that side, I went ahead and started measuring half inches all around. I went to start measuring half inches all around like this so that it would to be left-handed is something else. So I just kept measuring half inches all around. So please just keep watching so that you will see how it goes. So thank you guys for tuning into the channel once again. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. And if you are just tuning into the channel for the very first time, please do well to click on the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post in new tutorials. Because on this channel we have many more amazing tutorials to show you guys. I assure you that you would love to join the family. So thank you guys. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for your love, thank you for your comments, thank you for your likes, thank you very much. I love you and God bless you. So after I was done making my half inches markings, you have to stop where it ends. So I decided to stop half inches from all the way. This is because I am going to be using that half inches, of course, to stitch the remaining part of the bag. So this is just me using my free hand to just connect all that circle line that I drew. So please take your time, make sure you don't make any mistakes. The reason why I'm drawing it at the back of the fabric is because the other side is black. So if I use my pencil to draw it, it will not come out and you guys will not see it. So normally I'm supposed to be drawing it at the front side of the fabric. So that is going to be serving as the design or the guide on how I am going to be putting my rows. And this is also going to serve as a guide on how to cut your rows, because you are going to cut your rows like this, then you will sew it, then you will now sew it on the main body like this. I know it's kind of confusing, but as we go on the video, I am sure you are going to understand. But in case you don't understand and you have any questions, you could drop your questions in the comment section. Of course, I will always answer your questions. So after I was done, this is what our spiral looks like. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is to transfer this thing you are seeing here on our large fabric. So this is a doll face satin and I am using 1 yard. Yes, it was too much because of the size of the bag, but I would advise that it's better for it to be too much than for it to be too small. As you can see, you are seeing some lines in the middle of the fabric because I went ahead and ironed it. So the 1 yard of the doll face satin, I went ahead and folded it into two. Then when I folded it into two, then I folded it into four again to get the mid point. Here you see I am using my pencil to do the midpoint. So the circle I am going to be drawing is not going to be a tiny circle. It is going to be a half inches wide circle. So I'm going to be using my measuring tape now from that point, from that middle point, to draw out my half inches circle. So I will just use my tape and just go round and draw out my half inches circle like this, from that point middle, from that pointy middle. Please, I just hope you are seeing what I am doing. I'm using my pencil. I had to later use a charcoal because I don't normally use what's it called? I don't normally use chalk for my bag making. I prefer using pencil. So after I got the half inches, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is to cut out the spiral. To cut out the spiral, you use your free hand to remove the spiral, just like the way you did the other one. So you see the way I'm doing it, I am using my free hand to cut out the spiral. So from that half inches, the distance I want it to be from the middle, the length I want the flower to be is 2 inches. You can make it wider than that, but just know that if you are making it wider than that, of course it's going to have a wider effect on the bag that you are seeing. But mine, I wanted it to be 2 inches. So from that half inches from the middle, I measured 2 inches. Then I connected the spiral with my free hand. So after I connected the spiral, now the next thing I'm going to be going ahead and do now is to just be measuring the 2 inches all around the way we did from the beginning of the video. So as you can see, I've already measured the 2 inches all around. As you can see, I just hope you can see, because I had to use charcoal like I said, so that it will be able to come out clean, come out as clear as this. So after I was done, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is to, you know, go ahead and use my scissors to cut it all out. Please, you make sure you connect the line. Make sure when you are connecting it, it is circle. It is circle. It is circle. So I'll go ahead and use my scissors to cut it all out. So guys, please, when you are cutting, make sure you maintain the circle. Make sure you maintain the circle. Please, it's very, very essential you follow the circle lines that you've already drew. So this is just me taking my time to just cut it out. So when I was done cutting, this is how plenty it looks. Here you see. So you just go ahead. Hey God, it took me quite a long time to finish this, honestly. So when you're done, this is how it's going to look like. So you see the way the end look like. My scissors was not sharp, so I had to cut one layer before the other layer. But if your scissors is sharp, of course, you just cut the two layers together. So after I was done cutting, I am just going to go ahead and just put them right sides facing each other and sew. Now the side you are going to sew is the side that have the marking, not the other side. You are sewing the side that has the marking. I just hope you understand what I'm saying. You put it right side facing each other and you sew this way. You sew this way. Shey you see, you sew a hand. That's how you're going to sew it. Not inside, no. You sew this way. So when you are done sewing, you're only sewing one side. Then we were not having light, honestly, when I was done sewing, so I couldn't iron it. So when you are done, you are just going to go ahead and fold it this way. Fold it out this way, then you take it to your sewing machine and then you just go and give it, and just go and iron it so that it will be neat and it will come out clear. So that is basically everything on how to cut the spiral design. Now the next thing you need to go ahead and do, of course, is to follow the design on the actual body of the fabric, and you just use it to sew the spiral on the design. So this is just me just giving an illustration of how it would look like. So make sure it is overlaying each other, and make sure the open end is not so showing. So when you want to start sewing, you start sewing from the end, from where your spiral design ends. That is where you are going to start sewing. So this is what I mean. You start sewing from where the spiral design ends like this, and you keep going and you keep going. So when I was done sewing, this is what it looks like. As you can see, you cannot see the open ends. You see, you cannot see the open ends. So that, like I said, I left half inches for stitching allowance, of course. So the handle here is just a 12 inches by 2 inches thing that I just folded into two, and I just tape it. So this is just me. I am just going to measure um 3/4 of inches from both sides. Then I'm going to put the handle to the sides of the top of the bag, to the two bodies, and I'm going to put lining and top stitch it. The bag doesn't have a zipper, but it has a fastener. So when I was done, this is what it looks like. You could top stitch it, but I decided not to top stitch it. So for the side of the bag, you are just going to measure, of course, the remaining three sides. Then you will add extra 1 inches, so that you put your lining and you sew it like this. Yes, then you just go ahead and sew it round on each other. So when you're done sewing, please make sure you tape the inside so that it will not be showing that open edges. Then you go ahead and put your fastener, so that anything the person puts inside the bag, the client puts inside the bag, it will not be showing. The person will not go and lose something when the person is carrying this beautiful party bag. So, and this is like basically everything about the tutorial. It's not that hard anyway, but you just if you don't know how to go about the rose design, that's just where the challenge is. But the tote bag is very, very simple, of course. So thank you guys for tuning into the channel once again. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. Thank you for your like. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for always watching my tutorials. And if you're just tuning into the channel for the very first time, please feel free, please do well to click on the subscribe button and also the notification bell, so that you get notified whenever we post in new tutorials, because on this channel we have many more amazing tutorials to show you guys. Thank you guys.